their Rugby World Cup semi-final berths in contrasting styles. The Springboks battled through against a stoic Welsh side, whilst the All Blacks produced a masterclass as they humiliated the French 62-13 in Cardiff. Steve Hansen has made just one change to that team. The injured Wyatt Crockett replaced by Joe Moody at loosehead, promoting Ben Franks up onto the bench. South Africa have named an unchanged side. The one alteration to the matchday squad, the inclusion of Victor Matfield on the bench after the veteran lock has managed to shrug off a hamstring injury. The All Blacks have never progressed beyond the semis in a Rugby World Cup in the Northern Hemisphere. South Africa were champions in France 8 years ago. However, in their last 5 meetings, the Springboks have won just once. There were wet conditions that greeted the teams in London. France's Jérôme Garcès, the man in charge.
It's fine. Captain Black, green.
First of the semi-finals is underway at Twickenham, and a scramble for possession, and New Zealand take it down. There was a little knock on by South Africa coming through. Aaron Smith, first touch of the game will be to kick. Julian Savia giving chase. It's Dwayne Vermeulen coming forward and getting to it first. Great work from the big number 8. Now Pollard. LaRue, an early touch for the mercurial fullback, and a strong run too from Delende. Eventually put on the ground by Nonu, but they've got the front foot early on, South Africa. Dupria. Away it goes to Etzebeth. His first charge with ball in hand. Now moving it wide, Delende. LaRue again, short ball. Oh, it's a beauty. Jesse Creel. Tackle made by Ben Smith. Loose ball out into centre field. Trying to hack it away downfield was Kane for New Zealand. Sam Whitelock. And New Zealand clear out on the full boat.
Well, you don't see too many mistakes from Ben Smith. This was a beautiful little hold up from Billy LaRue. Second time he's done it in the first couple of minutes. The rush defense on the outside meant a little gap for Creel to explode into.
Vermeulen takes it down and will look to South Africa to drive the ball. Duplessis has it. And now a little kick into the corner from Dupria. They'll come back. There's a penalty. Incorrect entry, and South Africa will get first opportunity for points on the board.
Well, you don't see too many mistakes from Ben Smith. The kick out on the full just gave South Africa a brilliant attacking option early on. Get the big fellas rumbling forward. They set up the maul well after a good line-up. And Kieran Reid it is, who's never really onside after competing at the line-out, guilty of infringing.
First chance for points. Oh, and he's hit it right down the middle. Great start for the Springboks. Andre Pollard the penalty, and the Boks lead by 3-0. Smith takes it to the blind side. Kano barrels into Bismarck. Duplessis and the All Blacks drive him into the 22. Whitelock waiting for the run. Up on him quickly was Diaga, and they hold him up too. Now it's on the ground. Smith had a look to the short side, but gives it to Carter. Now a short ball away to Joe Moody. Smith takes it away to the right. Ben Smith up on the line. McCall floating a pass. Kano! And Kano's in! Oh, great hands from the All Blacks. And Jerome Kano scores.
It's the perfect response from the All Blacks. They've worked the blindside 3 or 4 times already in a short space of 5 minutes. This time round, the carry up the middle. Good strong carry from the new man, Joe Moody. Quickly to the blind side and went some good slick hands. The little pop pass over the top. Kano gathered. Diaga for once missed the tackle. He showed real good fleet of foot to stay in the field of play.
And Whitelock going up to challenge, but Vermeulen has it. And he bursts away from the back of the line out. Now Diaga. Well, how's that ankle? They were sweating on him during the week. They'll come back for the penalty.
Well,
That's a technical
7.
penalty by the look of things. Not back
Assistant
10
referee
metres.
offside.
Those outside the line, out the ball went long. They came up a bit quickly. By the look at things, up high went Sam Whitelock. Well, it's outside the 15-metre.
Good call, Johnny.
Offside is the rule, or the law, I should say, according to Jerome Garces.
Oh, right down the middle. 7-6.
Stay!
Again, they set it. Nudged back initially by the All Blacks. Now they have to get it rolling forward. Next time it's held up, they'll have to move it. Edging ahead though. And breaking away well.
Use it now, 2 minutes.
Now they've got to use it. Dupria with the kick. Brian Habana might have sneaked a metre on the short side, but he's got it. Oh, brilliantly done again by Brian Habana. And it's there again for the Springboks. They'll look to get it wide. Berger swings the pass out. LaRue stabbing the kick through. And too much on it. In fact, it's gone touch and goal. They'll come back for a penalty. The All Blacks were offside. And South Africa now get an easy chance to go in front.
Brian Habana.
12 black.
Spoke before the game about the matchup between Habana and Julian Sevilla, both instrumental
Well,
already. Habana's made a couple of brilliant chases, regathers from the boot of Fourie du Preez, and this time it's created an opportunity.
Well, this one right out in front for Andre Pollard. Kick of about 32 metres. 38, in fact. And again, he drills it. 9-7, South Africa back in front. Nonu takes it, first receiver, and makes a forward roll, makes an extra metre. Conrad Smith coming in close and making some hard yards. McCaw the pick and go. Looking to hold McCaw up, but the ball's on the ground. Retallick flicks it up to Reed.
Okay.
Now they're looking to hold Reed up.
Okay. Play advance. Check green, so play on for black.
Oh,
Neck wall,
McCaw.
George. Okay.
Well, the referee, I think, has asked the TMO to check something here.
Okay.
Shoulder
advantage
charge.
black.
He's playing advantage. Yes, there was a shoulder charge. Taken through the middle by Kano. Return to sender, though, the message from the Springbok defence. Nothing really on here.
Advantage for place.
Numbers away to the right. Well, they can have a real go at this. Milner Scudder, just the man to do it. Flips a lovely ball. Again, great hand from the All Blacks. Scything through his Nonu, and he's taken just 5 metres out. Referee, though, brings them back, and it's a penalty against Skalk Berger for a no-arms tackle, and the All Blacks will get a chance to regain the lead.
Boy, the handling is slick when they do get going, the All Blacks. Down the line, the explosion of power. Nonu showed some real acceleration. Well, he would have been penalised there anyway for elbows on the floor and then scooping the ball on the way back. There's the shoulder charge from Skalk Berger. No arms, quite right, quite well picked up by Jerome Garces.
So Carter, who has had a word with the physio just moments ago. And that one is going to come off the upright. Loose ball. Dupria takes it. And eventually they can get it away downfield. They'll put it into touch. But Dan Carter slamming one into the post, and the All Blacks missed the opportunity to take the lead. Scrum is solid.
Use it now! Use it!
And taken off the back by Vermeulen. Away to Dupria, runs. But put on the ground, and put on the ground well by Jerome. Kano is offside. Well, these penalties are really starting to hurt the All Blacks.
Verging on cynical this time round. Came in completely from the wrong side. I thought Dan Carter may have had a shot at winning a penalty here himself. Look at this, he's up very quickly, gets his hands on the ball, spools out the back there. Well, there's no doubt he's offside, but that
Oh, he's
body...
going to go for the yellow card. He's seen it up on the scoreboard.
You're offside, it's deliberate.
And now South Africa
Well, offside.
have got a chance to really ram home the advantage.
Well, I said verging on cynical.
He's deliberate.
Pollard can give South Africa their best lead of the match. Hasn't looked like missing so far. And still hasn't missed. It's 12-7 and New Zealand are down to 14.